Hey, what's up guys, it's DJ. Welcome back to GoHam Gear. Today, we are finishing the computer. That's right, by the end of this video, we will be done with the computer. We've been building this for a week now, maybe even more than that. I'm not really sure when we started, but I can tell you, we're gonna be done today. Now, this will not be the last video on this computer by far. As a matter of fact, we're gonna be hooking it up and setting some things and doing things like that, as well as showing you how to get Windows, because that's not always the easiest thing in the world. I'm gonna show you how I got it, or how I get it, and where I get it from, and yes, I pay for it, and you should too. So, let's do it. Let's make this happen. So in our last episode, we showed you guys how to get the CPU power in. Now, our CPU power is good. It's a little, a little tangly back there, but it's not touching anything. No heat sinks, no fans. We're okay. We have like this many more cords to do. We also have the GPU as well. I've been putting off putting it in, but I think we're gonna have to put that in. So we should start today's video putting in the GPU. The graphics card we're gonna use for this build is the RTX 2070 Super. I purchased this in the summer of 2019, so at the time of recording, which is in March 2021, it is going on 2 years old. It's getting older. However, this card specifically has been used for like a month, if that. I don't even think it's been used for that long, because I had to RMA and there was an issue. So I got a new one. Yeah. This is going to be an awesome addition to this. Not only do we gain access to the new features for the NVIDIA stuff. There we go, set that down. But it's just gonna give us everything that we could want and way too much power. Actually, making this an extremely capable gaming rig. I mean, a 2070 Super, i7 10700K, 32 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte NVMe SSD. This is gonna rock some houses, man. I bet this will play Farm Sim at 1440 at 100 plus hertz without problem. We may even play some Farm Sim on it, but not right now. Right now, let's get this in. Installing a graphics card honestly couldn't be easier. All we wanna do is take a couple of these out. Now, I don't remember which ones we wanna take out. I'm guessing it's the ones above and below. We'll find out for sure, but oh, that's interesting and different. Check this out, yo. All right, so there wasn't enough room inside the case to gain access to the screws. So what it's got this little door on the back that all the screws are accessible from. I hope, because if not, this is gonna stink. So we'll get this open. Yeah! So you might be able to see, I don't know why I'm turning, but screws are right here. Normally they're on the inside, and we have this little plate thing. Never seen anything like that. Shush, I'm trying to make a video. All right, so we're going to take off a couple of these. This is a 2-slot card, but I'm not sure which slots this is gonna go into. So we're just gonna take off the first 3 slots. So we've got 1, 2, oh, come on now. There we go. And 3. Again, I'm not sure which ones this is gonna go to. I'm not sure which ones this is gonna take, but you know what? Rather be safe than sorry. We'll put these back on whenever we need to put them back on. So there's that, and ta-da. Now, we got a little pop here. Pop that. Scoot this back over. And then gently, very gently, slot the card in. I need to get up here, kind of see. You guys are gonna get belly cam again for a minute. So we've got it in, we've got it lined up, pressed down very lightly till you hear that snap. We've heard the snap, and we are good to go. And that means it's in. This graphics card looks good in here, by the way. I would have preferred a black graphics card, but I think I'll get over it. I think I'll get right over it. So we know that this is in. So let's go ahead and put some screws back in. It only took 2 slots. However, it took the 2nd and 3rd slots, at least on the back. So that's totally okay. Matter of fact, we're gonna go ahead and slot one of these pieces back in, these guys right here, so that we can cover up the back. There we go. Perfect. All right. This is coming along very nicely. And again, we are real close. It may not seem like it. You may be like, well, DJ, you still have to put in the power supply. Man, the power supply is like one of the easiest things to install on the computer. We'll be just fine. There's that. Graphics card is in, and it is nice and tight. We've got the back on. Give the wobble. No wobble whatsoever. I'm so excited right now. So now that the computer's ready to go, we have 3 cords. We have our cord for the motherboard, and then we have our 2 cords that are gonna be going to our graphics card. So you know what? Let's get these in. I think, oh, we could do these individually, that's okay. Let's go ahead and start with our VGA cords. Now these are gonna be 8 pins on one end, and then on this one, you can see, got the little bit of boop 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 there. That little boop 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 boop. We're only gonna need to use one of them. So let's go in. Let's find where the plugs are going to go. And I think, let's go ahead and run the single first. So the one that's going to be using all of these. Remember, we're plugging into our pieces of equipment first, and then we're gonna run all these to the power supply. I think that's easier, especially with modular power supplies. It makes everything a whole heck of a lot easier. So there's that. Here's our second one. Same cord, gonna get it straightened out just a little bit. Not gonna hurt it. But this one, the little chkonk thing right here, we're going to dip that down. We got a little spot under here that's opened up. So that's kind of where I'm gonna put that. So it's nice and out of the way. As a matter of fact, we put this in first, push from the back just slightly, and then take this little piece and hide it. Now our graphics card will have a little hiding spot, if you want to call it that, but this one does, so we're gonna take full advantage of the hiding spot. You can do whatever you want with that. Now, we've got to run these to the back. I'm gonna run the back one first. This is a little bit loud today, isn't it? All right, so we'll run through here. Perfect. And then the last one, we're gonna run this one as well. There we go. Graphics cards. Graphics card has been run. It's gonna be a sweet computer, man. Now, just the motherboard. This thing is thick with like 3 C's and even a K. Boom! Oh, gonna have to clean that up. Super short, by the way. Mega short. This does not have to be very long. Gonna get this straightened out just a little bit. Now, sometimes these will tell you, for example, this one says BSU on it right there. So we know this goes to the motherboard. It is chunky, it is honky, and it is very low. Oh, yikes! Don't do that. This is very big. Now for this one, I'm probably gonna need to take some time and get this done myself, at least so I could do it the right way. So I do apologize, but this is a very important cable. We're gonna go ahead and try and get a bit of a bend out of it. Just gonna do that around my thumb and hold it here for a minute or two, just so that it kind of gets that memory in it, because we're gonna need it to curve around just like that. Now we've been holding this for a few minutes. Let's go ahead and get this stuff fed through. That's going to go to the power supply. Feed that through. And then this part just clips in. I've been bending it the wrong way. This clips the other way. Always pay attention to that before you do anything. If anything, it's nice and malleable now, so that's good. Don't bend it too much though, you don't want those pins coming out. Let's get it in there. So it's just, I mean, it's 24 pins, it's only gonna go one way. This part is stronger than a lot of the rest of the motherboard, but still, you don't wanna go too crazy on it. I don't understand why these aren't like nice and malleable cords and that kind of thing, because would it make more sense? Maybe that's just me. All right, now we've got all this stuff hanging off, and it's time to make it look nice and neat. And let's do just that. Let's put some of this stuff to the side, at least for now. Boom, 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 boom. Then we have our power supply. Fan down, fan down. Always, always, always. I think it goes on this way. Am I right? Am I wrong? About to find out. Yep. Fan in that way. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna flip this up, facing up, to help us out just a little bit. There we go. Actually, pushing some cords in right there. We need to be careful. Let's get some of this stuff plugged in. Let's plug in the stuff that's farthest away from us first. So motherboard is going to be first. Actually, let's get the big part of the motherboard plugged in first. There we go. Oh, that's, oof. That is a tight fit right there. But it's working nonetheless. Actually, you know what? We could probably set this down right here. Yeah, hey, look at me. Yeet. All right, what next? VGAs. So we want to run our VGA cables through here. I'm not sure which one's number 1 and number 2. So we're just gonna plug in whichever one looks like it reaches the best to whichever one. And that's gonna be just fine for us. Again, this is why you would wanna go modular versus non-modular. I've used semi-modular and modular cables. I actually have a power supply sitting around as a backup, just in case something happens. It is a 750 watt semi-modular power supply. So now we have our CPUs. CPU 1 is going to be the one that is running the 8-pin, and then CPU 2 is, you can see kind of the chunk thing up there. This is going to be running the 4-pin. We've already got that taped off, so we're good to go. This may, again, seem like a bunch of cords going into one place, but don't worry, it's all gonna be okay. We're gonna make this look nice and neat. So, let's do just that. Let's get the power supply put back in. There we go. All right, she's in. Now we need to put some screws in. Again, came with them, so let's use the ones that it came with. Let's rip it apart. Yeah! I'm a strong man, ripping apart plastic and such. You have 4 of them. We're just gonna put it in like this. It's really easy. We just need to find our screw holes. Oy, I wish that I was as bad at this as it makes it seem. All right, we got one end that's gonna hold the power supply for us. This is a fairly small power supply. Come on. This is a fairly small power supply, all things considered. 750 watt, usually like 850 or 1000 watt. Pretty popular. You don't need 1000 watt if you don't need one. Granted, I have two computers where I have 1000 watt power supplies in them. And funny enough, in my Farm Sim News computer, I have a 650. So it just depends, what do you need? If you go to pcpartpicker.com, you'll also find there, it'll kind of tell you and give you an idea of which power supplies you might need to run. I don't think I put that in a right hole. Yeah, that's definitely not in the right hole. I screwed that straight into the power supply. That's bad. It does have a hole there, but that's not where the hole is for mine. So let's put that in the correct hole, and let's get some of these metal shavings that I did. Let's get those off, put over there. Okay, now power supply is in, all this stuff is in. Now all we need to do is cable manage, and then this build is done. Real happy about this, guys, real happy about this. Let's see, these cables are going to be tangled? Oh no. CPU cables are a little bit tangled up. We're gonna free those bad boys up. We'll just put those back in a minute. Fortunately for us, we've got like easy access to this stuff. So we have our motherboard, which is doing okay. However, it's gonna be a little bit tight. That is gonna be quite a tight fit to get this to appear right. So we're gonna push that through just a little bit. And then I think let's run this cord right here. Let's push this forward so you guys can see. Let's run this through this Velcro piece right here. And I'm actually going to attach this to a Velcro spot or a tie down versus having it where it is right now. So there we go, there's that. We'll run this through. And then some of our cords, like the ones going to our VGA, actually aren't gonna be tied down at all. There's actually no point to tie those down. They're just going straight into the bay at the bottom. There's that. Okay, good, good, good. Oh, you know what? We can put that through there as well. And we will do that right now. Let's do that. So there's all kinds of stuff. Again, with PCs and computers, and fortunately with things, you don't have to do this with like Macs, but basically everything else out there, if you want a custom build, it's not hard, but you just have to, I say remember how to do things. You just have to be careful, do it the right way. Don't go crazy with it. Don't do anything that you shouldn't do. And watch videos, not this one, on how to build a computer. This video series is for one purpose and one purpose only. And that is to prove to you guys that building a computer isn't really that hard. Now, is it time consuming? Absolutely. I've spent hours doing this. Did I have to watch any videos of this? No, I didn't actually. I'm totally fine. So we've got our gray here, which I said you would need this for your power supply so we know which cords are going to which. You don't need it, but I use it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on a few places, and then we are going to close up the back because we don't need back here anymore. So the back is done. You can see through here, we've got all the gray pieces telling me where my CPU power is. Helps me out a lot. I think I could look at this and probably tell. Also, I'm running out of black, so yeah, that's what we went with there. Everything is secure, everything is where it needs to be. I'm pretty sure everything is right. So now, let's put the back on. This should slide on without issues. However, I'm gonna tell you, this one ain't, because the power supply cables are hanging out. But we don't have to push down on it hard at all, not much really. Last two pieces, we've got two pins right here. We're gonna put one at the top. Just screw that on. These are thumb screws, so they go on nice and easy. And this will keep all of our parts in check in the back. Hopefully, we don't have to open that back up again. So we're good there, we're good there. And then the last piece is going to be for the very bottom. This is our, well, it's really cheap to be fair, but it's a piece that goes on where the power supply fan comes in. That way it filters the air going through the power supply so it doesn't bring in a bunch of dirt or nasty air. And then we'll just have to clean that up. And this computer is getting heavy. All the parts are in the bottom, the GPU's in, the CPU's in, all the things. We have a complete computer. We're not gonna turn it on yet. We're gonna save the fun stuff for a little bit later on, but for now, the computer's done. It is done. We're gonna continue with the computer build videos because we're not actually like done yet. Done, but we're done for the most part. So that means that the glass can go on the front, and for us, that is going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure you drop a like, get subscribed to the channel if you are new. If you have any questions whatsoever about this build, oh come on, really? We're gonna play this game today? If you have any questions about this build or anything that we have done up to this point, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. I want to help you guys. I will tell you questions like, DJ, what's the best piece or the cheapest PC for Farm Sim? I don't know. Questions like that are very wide questions. It's not like DJ, which PlayStation should I get? PS5. Get the one with the disc. You never know. PC questions are so much more difficult because there's hundreds of parts, tens of hundreds of parts, if not sometimes thousands of different parts that you could use for different pieces of this. And there's hundreds of different power supplies I could have gone with. There's tens of CPUs I could have chosen. Probably hundreds of motherboards at the end of the day. And definitely tens of hundreds of different fans. So there's a whole lot to this that's, you know, let's see if I can get the glare off there. There's so much to PC building that is difficult, but don't make it too hard on yourself. Do the right research, you'll be just fine. All being said, hope you have a great day. See you later. Peace.